Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the video blog. Today's episode, Letters from Home. No, not the John Michael Montgomery country music hit from a few years back, but literally, Letters from Home. I've been receiving a letter from my mother, and I guess I shouldn't have actually posted Letters from Home as the blog. I should have called it Letters from Mom, because my mom is the writer. I think I've probably received maybe 20 one-page letters from my father over the last 30 years since I left home. But what's funny is my wife and I, when we got our weekly letter from Mom the other day, we're trying to figure out exactly how many letters I'd gotten. Well, it got me to sit down and think about it. Like I said, my mom's the writer of the family. I obviously didn't get it from her, hence the video blog, right? And my dad being in broadcasting, me being in broadcasting, we're just not letter-writing people. We'll write a note every now and again, but man, I don't even think I've ever written more than a one-page letter. Now, I may have typed a letter or typed emails and things like that, but if I can do it verbally, I'd much prefer to do it verbally. But Mom has always written letters. Been writing letters literally, I think, her entire life since she learned how to write, and actually has literally written me a letter almost every week since I went away to college. Try to do the math real quick. I left for college Labor Day weekend, 1979, moving from Virginia Beach, Virginia, where my parents were living at the time, to Radford University in Radford, Virginia. I got a letter from my mother every week of the year for my 4 years of college, except for the weeks that I was on spring break or Christmas break or Thanksgiving break, and the weeks during the summer break that I was home. So, rough math, and again, I couldn't tell you exact numbers, but I got anywhere from 150 to 160 letters during that time. So let's just say, on the short end, I got 150 letters from my mother in the 4 years I was in college. Then, I received a letter almost every week, outside of my parents' 1 or 2 weeks of vacation a year, and then maybe an odd week here or there, since 1983. So when I sat down, did the math, tallied it up, I've received roughly 1,400 letters as of this week when I got my mom's letter the day before Christmas. 1,400 letters from my mother over the years. Now, again, these days, Mom's letter is pretty small. It's just now, well, I should say front and back. This was a big one, actually. It's 3 pages on small, stationery, front and back. It's been 1 page of notebook paper before. Back in the day when my mom was working, when both my parents are retired now, when Mom was working, and she wasn't, she worked at Burger King, so it wasn't huge work by any stretch of the imagination, not taking anything away from fast food. But my mother made the salads, worked the cash register, cleaned the trays, things like that. She was always the older gray-haired lady, not early on, of course, for many years at some of the Burger King she worked at in a couple of towns. And before that, she worked at Arby's, and before that, she worked at Hardee's. And since my sister went away to school, my mother's been a fast food worker until she retired. Hard work. I would literally get notes from her about how many salads she made that day. I got life stories of people she worked with that I've never met to this day. There's one guy I always remember when she was working in Fort Myers, at the Burger King in Fort Myers, across from Medicine Mall. The guy's name was Juan. I think I met Juan one time when I went to visit on vacation. I wouldn't know him to this day. But it's funny that when you get letters, like this week my mother got a Christmas card from a friend of hers that she worked at in Virginia Beach, at Arby's, actually in Norfolk, in Arby's, back in, the late 70s, early 80s. Joyce Lohr. And to this day, if you say to me Joyce Lohr, I know it's a lady she worked with at Arby's. But she always puts in parentheses, who I worked with at Arby's in Norfolk. It just makes me chuckle. As I told my folks the other day when I was talking to them on Christmas Day, I really wish I'd saved all the letters. They're of no value, but could you imagine a book of just real people, real experiences, real life? Here's what my parents have done for the last 30 years. It's a fascinating case study in Middle America. And it's a fascinating case study in my mother, who's just a wonderful, saintly person. And anybody who's ever met her has felt the same way. Letters from home, letters from Mom, kind of a cool thing. Kind of something I wanted to share with you today. I'd read you the letter, but really, you'd be bored with it. I can tell you who they did get Christmas cards this year and who they didn't get Christmas cards this year. She wished Susan a happy birthday, and they went grocery shopping and did a load of clothes at 8:30 in the morning. That's Mom. It's almost like I'm there 30 years later. Have a great day. Back with another video blog tomorrow. More fun on the video blog.